I'm Victoria from Skilton's Books, and today we are only days away from March, so I thought that I would do a wrap up and TBR video. I managed to read almost three of my TBR, from February. The first book I read in February was King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, and I just love this book so much. The whole of the Red Queen universe is just amazing. I think that this book was probably my second favourite because Glass Sword was just... I mean, I liked it, that's not what I'm saying. I really enjoyed that book, but it was just so frustrating. If you've read this book, then go check out my 50 thoughts while reading King's Cage video and tell me your thoughts that you had when you were reading King's Cage. After that emotional roller coaster, I read Gemina by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. And let me just say, this cover is absolutely beautiful. I love this cover so much. I love Illuminae as well because orange is like one of my favourite colours. And it's just so pretty, okay? This book made me into a more huge wreck than I already am because this book is just so crazy. I am going to make a sort of book talk video, like my thoughts on this book as well, so keep your eyes out for that. My current read and the last of my TBR that I am actually reading is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid, and this book is quite a fast read, if you're actually into it. Right now I feel like I like this book, I do. It's just that I am in such a huge book hangover from Gemina that I'm not really enjoying this as much as I would have. Oh, bless you, Victoria. Sorry about that, guys. This is a beautiful cover. I think this is just gorgeous, plus it's shiny as well. It's really, really cool. I enjoyed this a lot. I do enjoy the character of Nemesis, I do. It's just that, I don't know, it's the book hangover, guys. You know what I'm talking about. But I am getting more and more into this. Every time I read a bit of it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be really cool. And it is kind of to the point, this book, because you read it from the perspective of a robot called Nemesis, and she doesn't really understand human emotions. Sometimes she's just like, why would you do that? What are you doing? That's stupid. But she's so funny and without meaning to be funny, and I just enjoy reading from her perspective and what she's thinking. Moving on to my TBR of March, springtime! I'm so excited for spring, you guys. I really am. So after this huge pile of dystopian fantasy and dystopian sci-fi novels, I feel like I need something airy and happy and, you know, some contemporary novel or something. I bought this coming home from Christmas time in England. Actually at the airport I bought this book, but yeah, I've been wanting to read it for a while now. It is the Readers of Broken Wheel recommend. It is about a girl named Sarah, and she's from Sweden. Representing, y'all! No, but anyway, she has this pen pal called Amy, and she lives in Iowa. And she hasn't heard from her in a while, so she jumps on a plane and goes to visit her, and she finds out that Amy's dead, and she comes at the time of the end of Amy's funeral. In honor of Sarah's friend, she opens a bookshop in this little town of Broken Wheel in Iowa. So I'm quite excited to read this. I'm really looking forward to it. Plus, this is just such a beautiful cover. I started reading the synopsis on the back, and I was just like, yes, I need this book. I need this book. The next book on my TBR was the Fairy Loot Book of the Month of January, and that is Caramel. Oh, look at this cover. I mean, seriously, guys. I just love this cover so much, and if you follow me on Instagram, then you will know that because it is just crazy up in there with this book. I mean, seriously, this book is just so gorgeous. I love this book. I haven't even read it yet, but I'm loving it already. And you ought to know what this book is about by now, But if you don't, like, quick going through this, Scarlett and her sister Tella really want to go and see Caraval, which is a week-long show where the audience participates as much in the show as the cast or the ones in the show. And while they're waiting to get in to this show, like in the queue, Tella disappears. And Scarlett has to find her because apparently her disappearance was a part of the show. So she needs to find the sister before the end of Caraval. And it is just, I think it's going to be action-packed and it's going to be so cool and it's so shiny. Okay, I'm going to put this down because I'm really distracted by it. I get really distracted by shiny things, you guys. And if I manage and if I have time, I am going to read, because I've had it like sitting in my bookshelf for like ages now and I really, really want to read it. I just forget about it every time I plan my TBR. So yeah, but I'm going to do it hopefully this month. Red Rising by Piers Brown. And no, I have not read this yet. Bad, Vicky. Bad. Okay, moving on. I don't really know anything about this book. I know that it's a sort of sci-fi fantasy, whatever, I can't really remember. But I know that it is supposed to be action-packed and there's supposed to be like some rebellion going on and that's basically it. I actually follow Piers Brown on Instagram and I'm like, yeah, liking all of your pictures and you seem really cool and haven't read any of your books. Sorry about that. I am getting there. I am going to read it in March. I promise. Okay, I've said it now, can't take it back. I've also not yet read Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I put it on my TBR for February, but I've heard some really bad stuff about it and I just feel like it doesn't seem like a Veronica Roth thing to write about. I would like to say that I am going to read this book, probably not in the near future, but I am going to read it and then I will share my thoughts with you if I feel like it's appropriate. But I'm going to make up my mind once I've read it. I won't say anything more about it right now and I will respect your opinion if you feel differently than from what I feel later on when I have read it. Okay, you guys, I think that's it for my wrap up and TBR. I will see you soon, everybody, and if you enjoyed this video then please click the thumbs up button or subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, stay tuned for more craziness.